What's the deal, baby? You already know it is the big boss. How boss dog K-Po through the dope. Hit the top this boxing. Alright, so shout out to that boy Monster Shoon, man. Monster Shoon, bro, he been subscribed to my channel since I had 2 subscribers. You know what I mean? He the first people to, first person to comment on my videos and like all my videos. So much respect to him. He sent me a little request. He asked me to talk about how do I feel about the social media people getting into boxing and what I think about Jake Paul. So I'm answering his question. It's not gonna be a long video, but how do I feel about social media people in boxing? At first, I was a little iffy about it, but now I see they have done a lot of good things and created their own lane in the sport. They're also bringing a different demographic of people in the sport. You got people who are in love with anime and gaming and stuff like that. For example, KSI, he's a streamer, gamer, or whatever, right? So then you get his following, come watch him. So now they watching him fight. But then that makes them want to learn more about the sport. So then they go watch Errol Spence. They go watch Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman, Jim Bucinis. And then they really fall in love with the sport. Or they fall in love with the sport to the point where they actually start competing. You know what I mean? And doing amateur boxing and things like that. So I think they're doing good things for the sport. I respect it. Like I said, at first I was a little iffy about it, but now I have a different understanding and a different viewpoint on it. I think that they're good for the sport. They're helping enhance the sport, in my opinion. Second part of the question, you said, how do I feel about Jake Paul? Jake Paul, I gotta give him his credit. He's a hell of a businessman. He know how to sell a fight. And let me say this, when he first got into boxing, I didn't agree with that either. I thought he was a clown, I'm not gonna lie to you. But he has his own lane. The only problem I have is with the sanctioning body. It's not even him. It's the sanctioning bodies. They trying to rank him and stuff like that. That's the only problem I have. I think that's disrespectful. You know what I mean? Because you got fighters out here who are fighting real boxers. You know what I mean? Real champions, or fighters who were amateur boxers and worked their way up to the top. You know what I mean? And you got this YouTuber coming into the sport, and y'all want to rank him over them. I disagree with that. He's not even fighting real boxers. He's fighting MMA fighters. There's no disrespect to him. I think Jake Paul is doing a good thing for the sport. He's helping out the fighters. I heard that he paid the fighters who was on his undercard. You know what I mean? Because technically when a fighter gets canceled, these fighters don't get paid, but he paid them some type of money. I don't know the amount, but he paid them some type of money. So, I mean, you got to respect him for that. You know what I mean? And he got the game of boxing. He got Jalen Love on his staff. He got BJ Penn. He got some guys who know boxing and who know the fight game on his side. You know what I mean? And they give him little secrets and all that stuff. So he doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't really, like I said, I don't have a problem with him. He's a YouTuber, bro. So he gonna talk. He's a YouTuber who came into boxing. And that's just what it is. So he gonna talk, he gonna do all this stuff. That's just what he is. He's a social media guy, so he gonna run his mouth. But at the end of the day, I still don't view him as a true fighter until he start knocking off some top names. You know what I mean? Or start upping his competition and fighting some real boxers. Because he fighting MMA fighters. That's cool. You fighting these MMA fighters, you bringing a lot of money and attention. That's cool. I fool with it. But at the end of the day, they're not real boxers. Boxing is a different discipline than MMA. You know what I mean? Because MMA fighters got to worry about getting kicked, and all that stuff. You know, boxers, it's straight hands. You know what I mean? So, it's just a different discipline. You know? But much respect to Jake Paul. He like I said, he doing his thing in the sport. He bringing a lot of revenue into the sport, and he's doing a lot of good things. He's marketing his fighters the right way. He like I said, his business sense is good. I gotta give him his credit. You know what I mean? But like I keep saying, bro, it's these sanctioning bodies I got a problem with, because you're gonna rank him over fighters who've been fighting their whole life. You know what I mean? Like, you got fighters who been training and came into amateurs, got 300 amateur fights, and you know, and they go pro, and I just disagree with that. You know what I mean? Like, this dude, unless like he was fighting real fighters and he was beating them, you know, and then he just keep beating top guy, I'd be like, yeah. But I don't feel like he's earned it to be ranked. That's just my opinion. That's the only thing I disagree. I don't think he should be ranked, because they was talking about if he beats Hasim Rahman, the WBC gonna rank him. Why? The WBC be doing some weird stuff though, bro. Like, they be doing stuff that don't make sense. I don't know what's wrong with Suleiman. He be tripping, bro. He be doing stuff for, you know, other fighters that he don't do for other fighters, if y'all catch my drift. You know what I mean? Like, he'll do something for a fighter that's Hispanic, but then like a black fighter, he won't do that for. And all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you got to treat everybody the same. If you're going to do something for this fighter, you got to do it for all fighters. You know what I mean? I don't see him talking about, oh, let me rank KSI. KSI, if you beat this person, you'll be ranked. You know what I mean? I get it. They looking at it from a money standpoint. And it's probably one of these networks probably went to the WBC and like, hey, rank that boy. You know what I mean? Because they looking at how much money they gonna make. That's what they, all this is about money. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. All of this is about money. I get it. But at the end of the day, like, to be real, I don't think he should be ranked. Unless he fight competition worth him being ranked. You know what I mean? He fight competition worth being ranked, and he beat them, I'm talking about convincingly, then, you know, I'll be like, okay, rank that man. But if you sitting there and he fighting this 40-year-old MMA fighter, this, you know, 39-year-old MMA fighter, or any MMA fighter, no boxing experience, no, he doesn't deserve to be ranked. Other than that, I do think he's good for boxing. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Box out.